Guys, the bot builder's back and welcome to another episode of Robot Warzone Mega Series 2. And this is the final heat, Heat J. Yeah, that is right, we already have 9 series semi-finalists and those semi-finalists are Foxic, Roadkill, Firestorm 6, Dansom Kia, Endgame, Ripper, Nexus, Plan B, and from last heat, the 7th season Eruption, who dominated the heat, beating Bot from the Blue in an excellent, close flipper heat final to go through to the series semi-finals. There's only one non-wildcard spot left, which we'll find out here today, and we'll also find out the robots who fill in the last spots in each of our 10 Robot Rumbles before each of the series semi-finals. And this heat is going to be a good one, as we have a robot who's had a massive unbeaten streak, lots of fan favourite, a robot who's been here since the very beginning, and some potential dark horses. So let's not hesitate, and let's let the final heat begin. Seeded number 3, Whiplash. Oh, here is Whiplash, the number 3 seeds for this series. They won it after winning the US Championships and Champion of Champions. They are a very good machine, one of the best around, had one of the longest unbeaten streaks that lasted for months, only very recently being beaten right at the end of this year in the World Championships to Gravity. Although they are still the 3rd seeds, they're a very well respected machine. They do have a good combination of vertical spinner and lifter. I can see this robot go very far, you know. Demolition Evo. Demolition Evo at one point was an Annihilator champion off camera, and you can see why. They're a very good control robot. Got a nice lifting shovel at the front, which is great at controlling robots. It even has a Shremek as well. They made it through qualification after a fan vote. None of the fan voted robots have made it past the heats yet, though. Can Demolition Evo be the first one to do so? It takes 2 to Tango. And here we have a machine that is definitely already a veteran of Robot Warzone Mega. And, well, if you don't recognise it, you might more well know them as, well, through their twin brother in SSRW, Iron Mango, who made it to the semi-finals in SSRW Series 1. It Takes 2 to Tango, the original, hasn't been quite as successful as its brother, but they're still a very well-respected and quite a popular machine with the fans. It's got a deadly crusher that can lift, very complete control-esque. I think this robot could pull off a few surprises, you know, like when they beat Hit to qualify. And in the core patrol zone for the CPZs to kick off this final heat, there's going to be an animal rampage, as 2 of the deadliest animals, a Rhino and a Triceratops, will be guarding the core patrol zones. It's Rhino and Matilda. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate. So here we go. This is going to be one incredible heat. I think this is going to be. We have some. Of course, it's the final heat, so of course the robots are going to be extra eager, extra angry, and extra ready to rumble. And Demolition Evo trying to come for great lifting onto It Takes 2 to Tango. Whiplash, self-rights. Of course, Whiplash, I will need to say, are the favourites. They made it to the quarterfinals of the World Championships, a champion of the US Championships, and of course, the champion of champions. But we have seen surprises already this series, and look at this by It Takes 2 to Tango. Kind of a great grapple right there onto Whiplash. Whiplash being dumped down by It Takes 2 to Tango. Demolition Evo lifted up, and in comes Rhino with a great slam right there. It Takes 2 to Tango. I might just call it Tango because it's such a long name. Gets a brilliant slam right there by Rhino. But are they still working after that? I'm not too sure. Whiplash and Demolition Evo still fighting it out. That was a decent hit right there from Whiplash's spinner. Of course, Whiplash are favoured to win this heat. They are a very popular machine. And look at this lifting up Demolition Evo. It Takes 2 to Tango do get back up. And now they're going to try and bring down the grabbing arm in onto Whiplash. And they're going to try and stop them right here. Whiplash, they had a very, very long unbeaten streak. Lasted for months. Probably the 3rd longest unbeaten streak in Robot Warzone Mega history, next to Diamond Storm and, of course, Scrapper. Only using their first fight very recently. It Takes 2 to Tango. Kind of another great grapple right down onto Demolition Evo. Demolition Evo, though, lifts up It Takes 2 to Tango. And are they going to try and dump them in the pit? It Takes 2 to Tango. No, Demolition Evo, heat finalists of the account they have represented Whamily. All these machines are really good robots, actually. And it's going to be a shame that, well, of course, only one robot this heat can go through. We also have 3 really good machines in the next melee as well. Whiplash now trying to come with a big hit right there onto Demolition Evo. And they're trying to lift them up, trying to get them pinned. In comes It Takes 2 to Tango as well, lifting up Whiplash. Are they going to try and dump them? No, Whiplash do manage to survive. And they're surviving well, it seems. And now they're going to try. I think they have their eyes set on Demolition Evo. It takes two to Tango, trying to bring down the grabbing arm again. And look at this, coming with another great lift in onto Whiplash. And they're on Matilda's flipper, and Matilda comes with a great flip right there. Whiplash trying to revel that spinner! Oh, and Demolition Evo go flying out the arena. Well, see you around then, Demolition Evo. Enjoy your vacation, because you're flying to a different country with a big hit like that. And it's now down to Whiplash, and it takes two to Tango. Two very well-controlled machines. I think Whiplash, sure, Demolition Evo is the biggest threat here. But now they have to deal with the grappler. It takes two to Tango. And I feel this fight is indeed going to go to the judges. Cease. Oh, that is what we call a fight to start the episode. That was very good. All robots got in their moments. Of course, Whiplash eventually smashed Demolition Evo out the arena. But who will go? But which one of these two will go through? I think both of them deserve it, but only one of them can. And the judges have made their decision. You know the criteria they're marking on: damage, control, and aggression. And they've given it to the third seeds, Whiplash. Yes, Whiplash, the champion of champions and US championship winners. They get the victory. The judges felt Whiplash were the more controlled, the more aggressive, and the more damaging, especially with that impressive Uta on Demolition Evo. They get the victory, and they go through to the heat semi-finals. It takes two to Tango and Demolition Evo, though. They pull up a good effort, but they both have to go into redemption. Seeded number 19, Behemoth. Here are the number 19 seeds. Behemoth, the last seed to be introduced this series. They've been here since the very beginning, of course. They appeared in the pre-series 1 New Blood Annihilator under the name Dozer. And of course, if you want to look up about Rotals Omega Pre-Series 1, the wiki page of it is on the Primary Rotals wiki now. They've been here since the very beginning, and they're still fighting strongly here. The 19th seeds, they made it to the 10 Rot Rumble last time round. We'll see if they can do a little bit better than that and win their heat. Megabyte. And here is Megabyte, the runners-up of the US Championships, and got the highest amount of votes in that qualifier wildcard voting. So they are a very popular machine. They're an incredibly destructive spinner nonetheless as well. One of the most powerful and one of the few full-body spinners in Robot Wars Omega. Destructive, brutal. Although they do struggle against flippers, we'll see if Megabyte will take a bite out of the competition or if they will bite the dust. Sewer Snake. And of course, the final robot to be introduced this series, Sewer Snake, made it through qualifications after beating Gabriel in a very good battle, flipping them out of the arena. They of course made it through this series. A very good spinner killer, and with a big spinner like Megabyte in the mix, I can see this robot do well this melee. Great pushing power, great drive, very low ground clearance. Very underrated, this machine is. And in the core patrol zone for the CPZs, we have Virus with his grabbing claws and lifting spikes, and Growler with his barking, gnashing jaws. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate. So here we go. Our final first round melee this series. And the last time I'm going to hear this song, which is a shame because I quite like this song. Behemoth trying to come for good lift in onto Sewer Snake. And oh, look at that! Megabyte takes a Megabyte out of Virus. And in comes Sewer Snake. Trying to come for a great attack right there. In onto Megabyte. Behemoth flips up Sewer Snake. Sewer Snake self-rights right there. Although Megabyte seems to have given a great attack right there. In onto Virus. And Virus looks to be a bit shook. Sewer Snake coming with a good attack in onto Megabyte again, trying to flip them up and over. Behemoth trying to come with a good lift of their own. And meanwhile, in comes Growler, who's now got a bite down in onto Sewer Snake's wedge. Sewer Snake gets slammed into the arena wall, but look at that. Fast self-righting using that spinner killer weaponry. And look at this, they're going straight after Megabyte. Maybe they see them as the easier machine for them to deal with. Of course, they are a spinner killer. That's what they do best. They go after spinners. And it seems, well, it just seems to be like a Robo Games battle here at the minute. Sewer Snake taking on Megabyte. They both fought in Robo Games, didn't they? One of Virus's spikes decided to fall off for no reason, but they do have a hold of Megabyte. And Megabyte looked to be in trouble. Sewer Snake, meanwhile, getting straight underneath Behemoth, and they flip them up and over. Of course, Megabyte competes, of course, Sewer Snake competes in BattleBots under the name Stinger the Killer Bee. Of course, we already have a robot called Stinger, so they're using their Megabyte, not their Megabyte, their Sewer Snake guys here. Virus has a great clutch of Megabyte here, but Megabyte smacks Virus away, and oh, Megabyte, you want to get out of there. You really do. Behemoth trying to come with that scoop and trying to lift up Sewer Snake, and they flip Sewer Snake up and over. Sewer Snake have been flipped. And oh, another good shot right there in onto Megabyte. Megabyte seems to be the ones who are struggling the most here at the minute, but they do have two very good machines that they would normally struggle against. Behemoth, of course, the 18th seed, has that scoop, very good at dealing with spinners. Growler now comes in a huge slam right there. Meanwhile, Sewer Snake and Behemoth are going to try and fight out again. Sewer Snake getting straight underneath Behemoth, flipping him up and over. Behemoth self-right. Of course, Sewer Snake and Behemoth have been robots who've been fighting for ages in real life. Of course, this is Sewer Snake's first series in Robot Warzone Mega. Behemoth, they're also a very old machine in Robot Warzone Mega as well. Competed since, made their debut in the New Blood Annihilator in Pre-Series 1, and they've been with us ever since. And they flip up and over Sewer Snake. Meanwhile, Megabyte, I think they suffered a bit of damage, but they're still fighting strongly here. And now, look at this! Causing some massive shots right there to Behemoth. Sewer Snake managed to self-right, but I think they might have suffered a bit of damage, mostly due to Sewer Snake's attacks. Right here. And their fingers came off. Off goes their self-right pipes. If they get flipped up and over now, they will be in trouble. And now in comes Behemoth, comes the flip! In onto Megabyte! And I think it's down to Behemoth and Sewer Snake now, but it is going to go to the judges. Cease. And all three robots still alive at the end of that incredible fight right there. And our second judge's decision of the episode. And the judges have made their decision. You know the criteria: damage, control, and aggression. And the judges say the robot that got third place in that melee is Gigabyte. Yeah, nah, they're not winning this fight. Shame to see them lose. They just got a really unfortunate draw against two really good machines. But the judges say the robot that will be going through to the Heat semi-finals, along with Whiplash, is Sewer Snake! Yes, Sewer Snake were able to beat the seeds, Behemoth. They just felt Sewer Snake were the more aggressive throughout that fight. And they will go through to the Heat semi-finals. Behemoth, you'll have to go down to the redemption rounds. And well, speaking of the redemption rounds, that's what we're going to next. So here we are at the first of our redemption rounds, and it's going to be an interesting fight as well. It Takes Two to Tango, a control bot, goes up against a very tough machine for them to face, Megabyte. Will they be able to control Megabyte, or will they be beaten? And the core patrols for the CPZs, a house robot who very rarely gets beaten. It's Rhino. And Growler. He wishes he was rarely beaten, but people just love to bully him. It's okay, Growler. We'll hopefully get some payments in the Stop Growler Abuse charity soon. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. No. Activate. So It Takes Two to Tango and Megabyte. This should be a very, very good battle here. And look at that for a hit there by Megabyte. Already smashing It Takes Two to Tango on their backs right there. And It Takes Two to Tango are already fighting an uphill battle against the US Championship runners-up. And oh god, this is not looking good for It Takes Two to Tango, is it? They're being absolutely smashed up right here. They're trying to self-right, but Megabyte are proving to be an absolutely dominant force. Here at the minute, they've suffered a bit of damage to their shell, actually. Some of their spikes are being are suffering a fair bit of damage, but look at this by Megabyte. Megabyte absolutely destroying It Takes Two to Tango, very nearly getting them out of the arena, and honestly, I can see why you voted for this machine to be in the series. They are absolutely brutal, they're a lot of fun, and they've just destroyed poor It Takes Two to Tango. And I don't even think there's any life left in it. Oh, one last shot right there. They have suffered an awful amount of damage, haven't they? It Takes Two to Tango, though. They're trying to self-right. They're trying to. But, oh, another massive hit right there. And I think It Takes Two to Tango. I think that might have done it. Megabyte's shell slows down to a halt, as I don't think there's any life left in It Takes Two to Tango. And I think they will be dancing in the arena Warzone no more. And in comes Rhino, who are getting ready to... Oh, a big slam right there. In onto poor It Takes Two to Tango. I would like to see them come back. They're a very good machine, a very unlucky machine, and they get unlucky yet again. And they're got slammed out of the arena by Rhino. And well, I'll talk about that. Cease. Well, that was an absolutely... That was not even fair. That was a full-on bloodbath. Megabyte destroys It Takes Two to Tango. And It Takes Two to Tango, quite fittingly, is eliminated and actually gets eliminated from existence. Good God. And now we are on to our next redemption round, as this is actually a grudge match from Series 1, as Demolition Evo and Behemoth, the 19th seeds, actually fought each other in Series 1. It was in Heat C, the group stages. That time, Demolition Evo came out on top, winning on a judge's decision, but will the tides change here? Of course, Demolition Evo since then has gained a lot more experience, but so has Behemoth. Who knows, maybe we could get a different outcome, and see whether the seeds will go through, or if the underdogs will go through. And in the core patrol zone for the CPZs, we have Matilda with her front flipping tusks, and Virus with his own lifting spikes, and the Crusher. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate. Oh yeah, this is going to be a very good fight between two of the best scoop robots in Robots Omega history. But look at this, a great attack right there by Demolition Evo. And Behemoth's axe just got stuck in the arena wall just then, but they were able to get away. Behemoth, they did very well in the Annihilator. Demolition Evo didn't quite qualify for it, which is a bit disappointing considering they were at the time Annihilator champions, granted off camera, but still Annihilator champions nonetheless. And they're currently trying to lift Behemoth up and over. Behemoth, they do self-right. Well, very, very good self-right in there as well. Behemoth comes with a good flip right down to Demolition Evo. Demolition Evo, D-Evo self-right. And they're trying to lift Behemoth up and over. This is a much closer fight than it was last time, though. Of course, last time Demolition Evo won on a judge's decision, despite suffering damage to their stream mech. And they use great control, and they're going to try and feast Behemoth to Virus yet again. Virus comes with a great lift onto Behemoth, although it was Behemoth who eliminated them from the heats, I think, or was it Hit? I can't quite remember. Demolition Evo lost to Intergalactic in the group stages as well, and Behemoth trying to bring down the axe, but look at this by Demolition Evo, and I think they're going to go for the pit. Are they going to try and pit them? No, they couldn't quite do so, and they went for the arena wall instead. Behemoth, of course, being lifted up, they can't really do anything here to Demolition Evo, because they just have them, they have them right where they want them. And they're just lifting that scoop up, and they're taking control of them. Although Behemoth now fights back with control. They fight back with control, and they push Demolition Evo into Matilda. Of course, Matilda flips up Demolition Evo. Demolition Evo self-right. Demolition Evo lost in the qualifiers to Philippa, but got through via a fan vote. Behemoth automatically qualified due to being seeded. Of course, made it to the 10 Robot Rumble last series. Although I don't think they're going to be making it to the 10 Robot Rumble this series, as they're on their backs, and Demolition Evo, they're on the stream mech, and Behemoth goes down and descends into the pit of oblivion. And Demolition Evo takes out Behemoth and proves once and for all that they are the best scoop in Robot Wars Omega history. Cease. It's also probably a bit salty Behemoth went with a different tag partner, because those two were ex-tag team champions off camera before Behemoth went with Dan Somkia, so maybe a bit of revenge for Demolition Evo right there. But Demolition Evo, they go through to the Heat semi-finals. And well, after one grudge match, here's another, as our first Heat semi-final is a rematch of the US Championship Finals of Maximum Overdrive. It is the third seed's Whiplash, and they're going to be going up against Megabyte, the destructive full-body spinner. Now, last time, Rhino actually destroyed Megabyte, but as you can see, Rhino isn't here. Instead, we have Growler and Matilda. So will Megabyte win this time, or will Whiplash use the house robots to their advantage yet again? Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate. So here we go. Will the outcome be different? Well, look at that by Megabyte. Well, based on that, I think it could be. But look at this Whiplash stopping the spinner of Megabyte, and then trying to lift them up into the air right here. And Megabyte are struggling here. Whiplash, of course, the number 3 seed. As you already know, US champions, champion of champions, one of the best machines in Robot Wars Omega, and they've already got great control. They've got into the shell of Megabyte, and they're trying to push them right here into the CPZ. They're going to try and use the same tactic that they used when they fought Megabyte last time, but no, the shell stays on. The shell stays on, of course. Whiplash trying to rev up that spinning blade right here. Megabyte revving up that spinner as well, but look, it's getting written underneath Megabyte again. Whiplash trying to lift up Megabyte. Of course, Whiplash also won Model Wars Series 1 as well. Robot Combat Model Series. We're still waiting on Series 2, just kidding. What's with Series 2s and being cursed? I mean, my one actually came on time, but everyone else seems to be delayed. Anyway, Matilda now coming with a great flip right there in onto Megabyte. In comes Whiplash again with another good attack. Whiplash lifts up Megabyte and then tries to control Megabyte here. And look at this! Megabyte! Their pipe seems to be gone from the walls, and this, finally, those arena hazards are coming to great effect. That is what those arena hazards are meant for. They're meant to trap robots. And it's finally worked. And look at this! Megabyte's shell seems to be stuck, and no, they got away. They got away after wiggling about a bit. They were able to get away. And honestly, and right now, I will say, I think this fight is going to go the same way, but not quite as easy as last time. Look at that, a great suplex right there by Whiplash, and a huge slam from Growler. And that is what Whiplash needed. The house robots to deal the damage to Megabyte and rip off the pipe. And well, Growler saw the vulnerable Megabyte near his CPZ. He doesn't like vulnerable things. He doesn't like things near him, and he just slammed that shell off. And without the pipe that holds the shell together, Whiplash can beat Megabyte. They could do it. They just need to get rid of that shell or flip them up and over. But Megabyte are tough, and they are a very difficult machine to flip, especially for a lifter like Whiplash. And Whiplash comes with another good hit attack right there. And they're going to try and lift Megabyte up and over. Megabyte, though, still staying in. And, oh, another big hit on the side of Whiplash there. And again, another big hit right there. And this fight is going to be close. And it's going to go to the judges. I don't think Whiplash were able to finish off the job. Although they do have a good push at the end. But I think it's too late. Cease. Well, that was an incredibly good fight. A lot better than the last time they fought. And that fight was good in itself. But, of course, Whiplash went to the distance. And it is going to go to the judges. Although I don't think they're going to take long to decide who wins this. And much like last week, the judges sure are busy. This is our third judge's decision. But the judges have made a decision. It said it didn't take too long to decide. As they unanimously have given it to the third seeds, Whiplash! Yes, Whiplash, they go through to the Heat Finals. Megabyte, they put up a great performance. They did well to survive, but you need more than survival skills to win in the Road Wars Omega Arena. And Whiplash beats Megabyte again. But who will face Whiplash in the Heat Final? Well, we have two very similar looking robots, two spinner killers, but which one is better? Is it the Snake, or is it the construction site thingy? Well, overseeing this fight between Sewer Snake and Demolition Evo is Virus. And you want another Rhino fact? Yeah, of course you do. Did you know that the horn of a rhino is made from the same stuff as our fingernails? So, our fingernails are made from Lego. Yeah, it's Rhino. I should probably fit that back on. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate. I just know the pit is going to be a major factor in a fight like this between two robots who are strictly known for pushing and killing spinners. But which spinner killer is the more effective? Is it the lifting scoop of Demolition Evo or the front wedge of Sewer Snake? Well, look at this by Demolition Evo already lifting up Sewer Snake and pushing him into the arena wall. Sewer Snake trying to come for a good flip right down to Demolition Evo. Demolition Evo, the only fan-voted machine still left in this competition. Will they be the only fan-voted machine to win this? Well, Sewer Snake flips Demolition Evo up and over. Demolition Evo, though, comes with a good lift right down to Sewer Snake. And Sewer Snake are in the CPZs with Rhino. And they're strongly self-right. And Rhino doesn't like things in his corner. And he comes with a great slam right there. And that is a Rhino fact for you. Rhinos love their personal space. And they don't like to be lifted by Demolition Evo, you fools! Oh! Demolition Evo and Sewer Snake, of course, get away, but, of course, those machines can survive anything. They can survive some of the toughest bar spinners. These guys are tanks. And, honestly, whoever wins this will put up a great effort against Whiplash in the Heat Final. Sewer Snake has fought Whiplash before, and they very nearly beat them. Demolition Evo, they fought them earlier in the heats, but that was when It Takes Two to Tango were also in the way. So honestly, both these machines are looking for a bit of revenge for Whiplash against Whiplash, and also to fill in the 10th spot in the series semi-finals. Demolition Evo flipped up and over, but they do self-right, and then lifting Sewer Snake up and over. Virus now comes in for a good attack right here, and they're going to try and grapple hold of Sewer Snake. And Sewer Snake have been grappled hold of, but Sewer Snake, can they self-right? Yes, they do. They do self-right, and they manage to drive away. And they're going to try and flip up and over Demolition Evo, and they flip them up and over. This is incredible stuff right here. This is an incredible driving battle here between two robots that are just incredibly good at driving, and that's what they have going for them. They're just some of the best drivers in Robot Wars Omega history, and some of the best pushing power, and some of the best durability, but of course only one of them can fight Whiplash. Sewer Snake flips up and over, but of course they self-right. Sewer Snake now coming in with a good attack in onto Demolition Evo. Demolition Evo now comes in with another good lift up in onto Sewer Snake. Sewer Snake. I almost called it last rights. Why it's not even last rights. It's literally not even last rights. That doesn't even make sense. Oh, Sewer Snake very nearly went in the pit. Demolition Evo, if you just let them go, they would have gone in the pit. They very much would have gone down. And oh, in comes Rhino again. Oh, Rhino! Cease. Well, that is controversial. Rhino's broken the house robot rules more than anyone else, but the judges have called cease. Cease, Rhino! Go down the pit, you cheeky robot. And the judges say that, well, what they're going to do, because the fight was so close to going to the judges anyway, they're not going to restart the fight. Instead, they're going to go to a judge's decision up until that point. So it should be interesting to see how they would mark this controversial battle. Oh yeah, and you're staying in there, Rhino. The judges have made their decision. Of course, based marking it on damage, control, and aggression. The judges feel that the robot to go through to the heat finals is Demolition Evo! Yes, the judges say that it was a split decision. It was a very tough one for them to call, but they felt Demolition Evo just had the more control and the more damage, getting Sewer Snake into the CPZs. Demolition Evo will be the ones to progress into the heat finals to take on Whiplash. Sewer Snake, they go into the third place playoff. And here is our third place playoff. The winner of this will win the final 10 Robot Rumble spot in the semi-final A 10 Robot Rumble. Will it be Megabyte, that ferocious spinner, one of the most powerful in Robot Wars Omega history? Or will it be one of the best spinner killers, Sewer Snake? Yeah, of course, the winner will win the final 10 Robot Rumble placement in semi-final B, actually. I accidentally said semi-final A. And in the Core Patrols over for the CPZs, well, these two house robots will probably be taking a day off in that 10 Robot Rumble. It's Virus and Growler. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. No. Activate. So our final third place playoff of the series, except until the grand finals. So it's between Sewer Snake and Megabyte, and already Sewer Snake are trying to get rid of Megabyte. Honestly, I think I can't really see what Megabyte can do here to Sewer Snake. Sewer Snake are built to take on beasts like Megabyte. They are such a great spinner killer, and as you can see here, Megabyte can't do a thing to them. And Sewer Snake are getting straight in underneath Megabyte. If Sewer Snake won that won the semi-final battle against Whiplash, I think we could be seeing them as the US Championship winners. Growler trying to chew down in onto one of the blades of Megabyte. Sewer Snake comes with another big shot right there. And Virus grappling a hold of Megabyte. Megabyte does eventually do get dropped down though. And Megabyte, they've had an awful time this heat because they've been drawn up against, well, 5 of these machines. No, 4 of these 6 robots are really good at dealing with spinners, and they're a spinner, which is just incredibly unfortunate for the US Championship runners-up. And Sewer Snake coming with a good attack right there, and knocking Megabyte up and over. Megabyte, though, of course, they do get back up, but Sewer Snake trying to get Megabyte up and out the arena. This seems to be what they're doing. They want to get rid of them. They don't want them to eliminate them via pitching. They want to make a statement for the 10 Robot Rumble and get them out the arena. Of course, Megabyte upended on their sides now, but they do get back up. Sewer Snake now comes in, gets right in underneath, scoops, wedges right in underneath Megabyte there. Megabyte, of course, being wedged up by Sewer Snake. Sewer Snake comes with a great attack right there. Sewer Snake comes with another great fast drive. Megabyte revving up that spinner again. And now they're into Growler's corner, and in comes Growler. Growler comes in with a great slam right there. And then chewing down in onto Megabyte, and Megabyte is in trouble. They're in bad trouble right here. Sewer Snake now trying to get Megabyte up and out of the arena. Megabyte can't do a thing to them here. Sewer Snake are just primitive. Sewer Snake are the worst machine for Megabyte to face, next to maybe Tornado with the scoop. It's genuinely one of the best spinner killers, but they do come for cheeky here right now to Growler, and Growler didn't appreciate that. And Growler is angry and he's mad. And oh, Megabyte managing to escape right there, but Sewer Snake do come for a good lift up right there. And are they going to try and get him out of the arena? No, they couldn't quite do it. Megabyte though, hanging on for dear life, and Sewer Snake, they could do it. They could do it. They could do it. Can they just get Megabyte out? No, I don't think they will be able to. Oh, but look at that. This is great stuff here, and Megabyte, I don't think there's any way of getting back into this. And I think Growler are going to finish them off. Oh! Growler flipped themselves up and over, but Megabyte have been beaten. They've been listed as a mobile, and Virus are going to finish them off by dumping them down the pit. Cease. Well, Sewer Snake, they're going to be the final robot in the second semi-final 10 robot rumble. That was an impressive performance by them though, dominating Megabyte. That was not even a fair fight, that was just sheer dominance. And they go through to the 10 robot rumble, and just so you know, here's the lineup for the second 10 robot rumble that will be in semi-final B to determine the 6th robot in semi-final B. It will have Gravity, the 6th seed Spectre, Diamond Storm, Carnivore, Cobalt the 9th seed, Lucky the 12th seed, Scrapper the 8th seed, EC3, Bot from the blue, and Sewer Snake. Yeah, Sewer Snake made it, and honestly there are some pretty deadly spinners in there that I think they could deal with, although there are some big scary flippers they need to watch out for as well. But well on to Sewer Snake, they go through to the 10-way and Megabyte. Hope you come back next time because you're great fun this series. Oh, I think this is going to be the longest heat of them all. It might go into the 40-minute mark maybe. But here is our heat final. It's between the 3rd seeds, Whiplash. This machine has near enough won it all. It's won the US Championships. It's won the Champion of Champions. But can they win the series title? Well, they've got to make it out the heats first. And in their way is a wall known as Demolition Evo. They beat them in the first round melee, but that was when It Takes Two to Tango were there. Without them, will Demolition Evo, no longer caught off guard, pull off a major upset. And the Core Patrol's in for the CPZs, 2 robots who always pull off upsets for the Roboteers when they see the damage they cause to them. It's Matilda and it's Rhino. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate the last heat final of this series, and oh, look at that, a big shot right there from Whiplash, and Whiplash already causing the damage to Demolition Evo, and Demolition Evo are already starting off this heat final on the back foot, which is not what they want. And Demolition Evo being lifted up by Whiplash. Whiplash are currently on top here. They don't want to lose to Demolition Evo. They don't want to give them their first semi-final win. They want to be the ones in the semi-finals, and Demolition Evo are trying to get in on the Whiplash. Of course, the winner of this will fill in the final non-wildcard spot in semi-final B. The loser will fill in the final spot in the 10-robot rumble in semi-final A. So either way, these robots will still get a chance. We'll still see these machines next week. And oh, a big shot right there from Whiplash in onto Demolition Evo. And another big shot right there. And they're trying to knock them in onto Rhino. And Rhino comes with a slam right there into Demolition Evo. Although Demolition Evo, he could shake it off. He could shake it off. They're a durable machine. Who did that? Rhino did it. They get back up. No problem. And they're getting in underneath Whiplash. And Whiplash are on their side. Whiplash on their side, but they do eventually get back up. Although I think Whiplash, if they're going to need to beat Demolition Evo, they're trying to use the spinner to punt them out of the arena perhaps. Whiplash trying to cause some damage to Demolition Evo. Whiplash trying to lift them up right there. Demolition Evo now Whiplash trying to cause some more damage to Demolition Evo. Demolition Evo though, flips up and over, but they self-ride. And look at the collision these machines make. They just knock them both back. And honestly, these machines are very well controlled. Demolition Evo comes at the side of Whiplash and flips them up and over. It is all about tactics. These are 2 of the most tactical machines we have here. And these machines do use tactics. I think their tactic is revolving around getting them into the CPZ. And now in comes Matilda. And Matilda trying to cause some damage, but Whiplash managing to escape. They manage to escape, and they're trying to push them into Rhino. Perhaps seeing them as the more effective house robot. But Demolition Evo still has that track drive, so their tracks are still on the ground. And they're lifting up Whiplash. And Whiplash gets a slam again from Rhino. And while both machines managing to get away, these two machines are really good robots. Demolition Evo lost in the qualifiers, got through via fan vote. Whiplash had an incredibly long unbeaten streak, lasted for months, only being broken this December by gravity. And Whiplash being smashed up and over again and again. A massive hit right there from Whiplash and again. In onto Demolition Evo. And Demolition Evo are being chewed up here by Whiplash, but they're still fighting back, and they come with a great attack right there onto Whiplash. This is a really good heat final. One of the best of the entire series. One of the best battles, I think, in Road Wars Omega history. This is great stuff right here. Between these two incredibly tactical, great machines, and Whiplash has been knocked up and over. Can Demolition Evo get them in the pit to finish it off? Can they do it? Or will it go to the judges? Will it go to the judges? I think it will. Cease. And it does, and oh my god, that was an incredible heat final. Both machines side by side just shows just how equal they were. But it is going to go to the judges. Our fourth judge's decision, I think. And the judges have, our fifth actually, and the judges have made their decision. You know the criteria: damage, control, and aggression. And the judges have said, despite a really good effort from Demolition Evo, it was still a unanimous decision in the favour of Whiplash. Yeah, Whiplash, they get the victory in Demolition Evo. It was an incredible effort, and a really good effort, but it just wasn't enough to beat Whiplash. And Demolition Evo, though, we will see them again next Monday in semi-final A in the 10 Robot Rumble. The semi-final A 10 Robot Rumble, which has the lineup of Bronco, Cyber Spinner, Death Roll, Rapid, Chaos 2, Aftershock, Weird Big Cheese, Blood Pumper, Crustacean, and now them joining the mix. And, well, and of course Whiplash, they will be in semi-final B, along with Roadkill, Danton Kia, Ripper, and Plan B. The same melee as Plan B, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, that kind of does it for this heat, and that's the final heat this series. So all I've got to say is we'll see you again next week for the semi-final week. Both semi-finals will be on the same week. Semi-final A will be on Monday. Semi-final B will be on Thursday. Same schedule. And yeah, that kind of does it. And that kind of does it for this heat. Well done to Whiplash for winning the heat. And that was an incredible heat. I know I keep saying this each time, but that might be heat of the series. And I genuinely mean it this time. And until the next episode, which will be semi-final A, the bot builder